Teenagers have the most audaciousness of I don't even know. My daughter had the nerve to ask me if I was gonna start dating. No. Growing up, she has seen very few, literally, I want to say 3 people that I've talked to, or in a sense dated, right? And when she ever asked me if I was going to start dating again when we moved, I was so confused because I'm like, where did that come from? Why would you ask me that? And so I was just like, I didn't have any plans on it. Why? And her response gave me chills. She goes, well, Mom, you've been by yourself for quite some time now. Sound like an old person. And the last person that you were talking to, things didn't work out. I was like, and that's fine. You know, you get to know people and you figure out, you know, if it's a compatible fit. So she was like, yeah, but you're still friends with that person. I was like, yeah. And she's like, but I want you to be happy. And if you don't date, you're not going to find the person that you want to be with. My baby is growing up and she's thinking about her mom being happy. And while I appreciate it, right now, what makes me happy is focusing on my life. It's focusing on raising my kids. Is me getting my life together, not me dating, right? Priorities. So, I just thought that it was really funny that out of nowhere, she asks me this question. And while I have nothing against dating, I'm just not at a point in my life where I want to try and focus on someone else. I think, these mosquitoes. I think what the issue for me is that I have had some interactions, and outside of like those long-term relationships that ended horribly, right? I just have certain things that I do and don't want. I ain't trying to raise nobody else's child. If I have to tell you too many times what I like and what I don't like, we're not gonna work out. I just think that there are certain things that I want. There are certain things that I want in a spouse and a partner. And while I know that we all can bring something to the table as we are, right? Like, you can't, all right now, I know I'm tasty, but, listen, these mosquitoes is gonna get me, so I'm trying to get this done before I get ate up. So yeah, there are certain things that I want in a spouse, and training somebody is not one of them. Telling somebody what I like and what I don't like is different than training them. If I have to train you, if I have to tell you more than once or twice that I don't like something, I'm good. I'm so good. Like, I will ghost you so fast. Like, my ghost game is certified, okay? Like, I will get the hell on so fast it'll make your head spin. Why? Because I've dealt with all the things, all the red flags. I've seen it, I've dealt it. I was married to it, I was engaged to it. I don't want to go through that anymore. And so what I've noticed is that where I used to look at Lord have mercy, I can't, the word is like, it's not even in my brain right now. Potential. Where I used to look at potential, now it's like, no. Like, I see you for what you are. I acknowledge the red flags when I see them. And what may be a red flag for me may not be a red flag for somebody else. So it doesn't mean that they're bad people. It just means that there are some things that I'm just not willing to deal with. And there are things that I'm not willing to compromise on. At this stage in my life, I am not compromising on what I want in a spouse. Like, there's no compromise on that. When it comes to certain qualities, like you have to be romantic. Oh, that's a spider. That is not a mosquito. Okay, long as it ain't a mosquito. There are certain qualities that I expect. There are certain mannerisms that I want. There are certain men that are just gentlemen, right? Who are emotionally available, who are not looking for a trauma bond. And until I find my person, it takes time to really get to know somebody. It takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy, it takes attention, it takes remembering what this person do and don't like, remembering, their favorite color, remembering what they're allergic to, what they can't have. Like that's a lot of effort and a lot of energy that I'm not willing to put into the wrong person anymore. I am no longer compromising on what I want in a spouse to make somebody else comfortable. And I used to say, oh, well, people have potential. I see this person's potential. No, potential can kiss my ass. Okay. What I understand now that I didn't understand then is that the possibilities are endless. The possibilities are endless. Who you could be, the versions of that are endless. But who you are will always speak volumes. So when it comes to red flags, there are certain things that I'm just not willing to overlook anymore. At this seasoned age of 38 years old, okay, I am very well versed in what I like and what I don't like. I am very well versed in, don't tell me who you are, show me who you are. Because when you show me who you are, that's how I navigate, right? I will decide whether or not it's something that I want to deal with. Like I've been through so much at this point when it comes to relationships, situationships, all the things that it's just, like I got better things to do. You know what I mean? And when it comes to having a spouse, a partner, I don't want that. I want my spouse. I want my partner. I want the person who was divinely created for me. I don't want something that I just willy-nilly came by. I don't want something or someone that is not perfect for me. And let me say, you do not have to be perfect to be perfect for someone. There is someone for everyone. That's what they say. That's what they've been saying since I was little. There is someone for everyone. Okay, well, if there is someone for everyone, then my person is out there, and we will find each other. Like, I have no doubts with that, right? And I used to say, oh, well, I'll stay single. It's fine. I can stay single for the rest of my life. But here's the thing. We are not meant to be isolated. We are not meant to be in hermit mode. We come here to have an experience, and love is the experience, right? And so where I was coming out of trauma, and I was, just escaping certain situations, I don't want to do that anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. And when it is time for me to be with my person, then I'll be with my person. Other than that, I'm not worried about it. I'm not thinking about it. It is not something that, listen, I sleep fine at night, okay? Knowing that I'm not being cheated on, knowing that I'm not being lied to, knowing that I'm not being played to the left, knowing that a mofo ain't got no secrets. Like, I sleep good. I sleep good. I can't hide from myself. As much as we be trying, we can't hide from ourselves. And until you get to a certain point in your own journey, these are things that you're not even going to realize. We don't realize that we get with certain people because we've trauma bonded, because we both have certain issues, and we create a bond over the trauma that we experience as kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, that does not make for a good relationship. It doesn't. It just does not. And when we can notice that and be honest with ourselves about that, like, to be 100% honest about, okay, I like this person as a genuine person, a genuine individual, but can I deal with this person long-term relationship wise? And if the answer is no, then let that be the answer. There doesn't need to be an explanation. There doesn't need to be, oh, well, but if this person gets themselves together, I would think about, no. I think I read something, was it? I don't remember what day it was, but I read something about how, like, Michael B. Jordan was like, you can meet the right person at the wrong time. I get that. I understood that. Because you can meet the right person and just be at the wrong stage in your life and not be able to give that person or that relationship what it needs to thrive and survive. And I'm not willing to compromise on that anymore. Now that I know myself and I know what I'm capable of, my tolerances, my values, my just what my integrity, things that I'm just not willing to compromise on. I understand that who I am as a person, I need a certain kind of person. I need, there's a certain kind of person that I need. And I'm going to talk about him again because I watched still doing fireworks? I don't understand. I watched a podcast where he was talking about, where Michael B. Jordan was talking about what he wants out of a relationship and what he wants out of life, and like his mentality, the way that he speaks, the way that he communicates, he understands himself. That is a man that understands himself. That is a man that understands who he is at the core, and he is not willing to compromise on that. And I give him so many props on that, because a lot of these men out here are saying that they want one thing and then doing another. Saying that, oh, I want a woman that's all natural, this, that, and the next. But then the next thing you know, you got a woman that's fake from head to toe. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with that at all. These women be out here, they be dolled up, honey, beautiful, okay? Doesn't mean that that's going to be the person that gives you the relationship that you want. It doesn't mean that that is going to be the person that is going to provide you with what you need, because a relationship is not, oh, we together. A relationship is, I know you. I know your ins and your outs. I know your ups and your downs. I know that 2 weeks before your cycle, your boobs start to hurt, you get all your cravings. I know that a week after your cycle, you be wanting some. I know that when you like a week after that, you crave protein. I know, like, I want somebody that's gonna clock me like that. That's gonna know me like that. And if that's not like because that involves emotional security, that involves, because I need to feel safe with you. I need to feel safe with you. I need to know that you have my best interest at heart. I need to know that when I vent to you, that it's not going to be used against me. I need to be able to trust you, to know that I am seen, to know that I am accepted, to know that, even if I make a mistake, or I say something that you don't like, that it can be a conversation and not an argument. Like, the emotional safety, which involves emotional maturity, it is very rare. It is very, very, very rare. And if I cannot feel safe with you, if I can't feel like you heard me and you felt me, because you can hear somebody, it go in one ear and out the other. But if you feel me, if you care about me, you pay attention. And yeah, it might take 1 or 2 times for you to actually get it, but it really shouldn't, because if you really care about somebody, I know that my girl is allergic to this type of flower. I know that if I take her on a picnic, I need to make sure that there are not these types of trees, right? Like, specifics. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because I just found out that I'm allergic to, like, almost everything. Ragweed, grass, all types of trees. Like, I am allergic to all of it. And there is nothing that I can do about it. But is it gonna stop me from going on picnics, walking out in nature, hugging trees? No, it is not. Okay, your girl might have to take some Benadryl, but I love me some outdoors. I love nature, and regardless of whether or not I'm allergic to it, I sit out here and talk to you guys, even though the pollen messes with me. So even though the pollen messes with me, I still come out here and I make my videos, because this is where I feel most comfortable. And I need someone who's gonna know that, like, what I'm allergic to, who's gonna pay attention to what kind of foods make me bloaty and what kind of foods I like at certain times of month. Like, I want somebody to clock me like that. That is interest. That is when you are interested in someone, in something, you learn about it as much as you can. You know the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs. And if I can't have that, I don't want it. I don't want it. I need to be safe. I need to feel safe in every sense of the word. If I bare my heart and soul to you, I need to know that you're going to remember what I said. If I'm having a conversation with you and you're not really paying attention, and I can tell that you're not really paying attention, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get ghosted. Like, it's really that simple. So when she came at me with the, when you going to start dating, I was like, baby, that is a whole situation. I need someone very, very specific. I need the person who was made for me, who was divinely orchestrated for me, and nothing less. It's just not going to work if it's anything less than that. And I know that, and I'm okay with that. And when I meet my person, like, that is going to be just, it's going to be the icing on the cake. So when I say I don't date, I really mean, I don't date. And if I choose that I want to go on a date, if you make it past a second date, if you make it past the first date, if you get me on a date, I'm interested. If you make it past the second date, I'm interested. But anywhere between the second and the fourth date, if I see the red flags, mind you, I've been clocking them since day one, but in between the second and the fourth date, that's when I'm really filling you out. Between that second and that fourth date is when I really be filling people out. And I haven't been on too many dates. I've been single for a hot minute. Like, it's been, my son is about to be 13. So it's been 10 years that I have been single. Have I dated in there? Yeah. Have I been in a relationship? No, I have not. Have I been in a situationship? Absolutely. Because I allowed myself to fall into, oh, this person has potential. And that's how it got me messed up. Not seeing someone for who they really are got me robbed. Like, for a lot. Just, and I don't mean robbed like took my stuff out my house. I mean like robbed for my time, robbed for my energy, robbed for like money. Like, this person took so much money from me that it has reshaped how I approach the trusting someone else with my money situation. So I have learned a lot in the last 10 years, even though I technically was in a situationship versus a relationship. Another story for another day, right? And so learning these things over the last 10 years and learning myself, because before that I was in a relationship, and then before that I was married, and it's just been chaos, and I don't want any more chaos in my life. Until I find the right person for me, I'm all set. So dating, going on dates is very rare. It's very rare. So yeah. So I'm gonna go because if it ain't the mosquitoes, it's the fireworks. And if it ain't the fireworks, it's the loud music. And I get it, it's the weekend. So I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.